It was it's always the okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? All right, man. We coming back from a crazy week. I took the chance with a short. I took the chance with the short right here. I'm gonna stick with it. This is probably like a 50-50 trade right here. A 50-50 trade. Hey, what's up, Alfred? What's up? Hopefully you didn't get caught up in Friday. One of my accounts is no longer with us because I got caught up. I took the short and I remember it fondly. I tried the long in this range. I was up, and then that big ass drop happened. I was like, man, fuck. And I kept moving my stop down. That account was no longer with us. So, I mean, I did the same shit I did on Wednesday, man. The same exact shit after I told myself I wasn't going to do it again. But I figured that there was going to be a bounce. Like everybody else thought it was going to be a bounce. That bounce never came. So, yeah, that bounce never freaking came. So, even though I was up on that account, I should have closed that account. I mean, it's sad. I mean, like I said, it's that same thing. It's like when you up and then you're thinking like, dude, I mean, I have a chance to make some money on a quote unquote guaranteed trade. It's been super bullish. Why would it not pump this shit back up into this range? Why wouldn't it, right? Yeah. I found that out real quick that yeah, they was not trying to bounce this market at all on Friday. This was the entire move on Friday. And what's crazy is that we talked about this shit. It's like the one thing that I hate is that when we talk about it and we plan for it and we have a plan and then somehow, some way we deviate from the plan and then get surprised and mad that we fuck up. Yeah. So, we talked about the day before all this shit happened, that this range, it was going to protect this range and that it was highly likely that they was going to dump it at 700. We didn't get the 700. Oh, did we get the 700? Yeah, we got the 708. My bias told me 725 for whatever reason, but I mean, we talked about this shit, and this is what kind of made me mad on like Friday. Like, dude, you got to stop with this bullshit because it's kind of getting frustrating. At least for me, it's getting frustrating because we talked about this shit. I was like, dude, 700 is like resistance. 725 is probably going to be the most, but 700, they're going to probably come to this level and then they're going to dump it. And even though I said that shit, my emotions was like, dude, yeah, they're going to probably dump it, but they're going to probably pump it first. And I was up. So, I was up. Initially I was right on it. It's just that I should have closed the damn thing. It didn't hit my target. So, obviously when it came down, I was going to close it. And unfortunately for that account, that shit gone. So I'm going to try with the shorts here. I'm not going to put too much risk right here because, if they don't drop it here, they ain't going to probably drop it for real. They're not going to probably drop it. So, I'm not going to risk too much. I probably do like 27. Yeah, if they don't drop it here, then this is going to be a stop run. And I'm not going to put too much risk on this. So, like I said, I'll probably put like 30 points on this. I'll probably put like to this range right here. Hey, what's up, PJ Trades? What's up? Yeah. Yeah, I wish I saw that, man. I wish I was kind of paying attention because hold on, are you talking about on Friday? You was you was targeting 500, but it was probably this pop up right here that got you out of the trade. Because this is where I went long at. I went long in this range right here. Like I said, I was up. It didn't get my targets. My target was in this range right here, and I figured that we would at least see price kind of come back into this range possibly, and then we'll see the big drop. But what I'm seeing is like sometimes they'll finish it, and then sometimes they'll front run it. But we should expect a front run from Nasdaq because people just get too scared. It takes too long. They're like, you know what? This is good enough. I'm just going to take the profits. And then there's other times where it just keeps going and it don't stop. So it's like, I guess what can you do except risk management and not try not to go tilt. But and unfortunately, I did the same shit I did on Wednesday. Went tilt. Didn't want to close it because I was up. I got caught up in the payout, thinking about, man, I can give me another payout. All I need is this. And I noticed that when I get into that, I'm just want to get this amount in the payout because I was close, man. It just seems like, every time I get close to that payout, I like to fuck up for whatever reason. For whatever reason. For whatever reason, I like to fuck up when it gets close to that payout because I just want to beat my last record. If I got like a $1,200 dollar payout, well shit, I want 2K this time, and I deviate from the price action and I start trading my P&L, and I consistently make that same mistake for whatever reason. I don't know why. I just do it. Start trading my P&L like a fool. Okay, so that's a double top. Probably should not be trading above this high right here. And that's what's crazy because I know how this market, I have a great understanding of how this market works. And yet for some reason, I allow my emotions to emotionally hijack me and I fuck up. And I'm mad over the weekend because I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at the charts and was like, dude, this shit was so obvious. What made you think what made you think this and that was gonna happen? Like, what made you think that? It's just the emotional hijack, man. That's all that shit is, man. That's it. Getting emotionally hijacked. So yeah, so I think this is a good short opportunity on the Nasdaq. If it goes above this high, then it's wrong. Right now, I mean, we coming up into some resistance right here. Where's my pen? Man, my daughter likes to take my damn pen. Give me a second. Oh, here it is. She likes to come to my desk and try to hide my pen away for whatever reason. But right here, we got this consolidation, and this is where we saw that break of structure here on the Nasdaq. So, I mean, I expect for them to kind of play around, probably tap the top of this range, but for the most part, that right here is supposed to be resistance. So that's why I'm taking the chance right here. And I'm not really looking for a reversal or nothing. What I'm looking for is for them to probably tap back into this little range right here, because this is where I feel they'll come in. You said hold on, Mamala? What does that mean for sure? Right. He said he posted it. So is our boy Alfred going to? All right, there goes our boy Alfred. Damn, Alfred, you better take that payout. How close are you? 100% wins, 9K. Yo, congratulations on that, man. Congratulations on that. Congratulations. How many more days you got into your payout? Well, Alfred, kind of talk about that, man. Kind of talk about that. So, what is your strategy? Are you taking it slow? Are you sizing properly? What got you to that? Oh, man, speaking of Kamala, so I came across a very interesting video this week. If y'all guys are interested, I'll post it in the chat so y'all can watch it and make your own conclusions. I already know this is a circus. We all know that the left and right wing is on the same bird and that one bird is going in the same direction. So, after watching this video, and I may have alluded to this before, but now I can confidently say this. I still believe that Kamala is not qualified for the job because obviously she's been installed. I think she's the only presidential candidate that has been installed. I think every other presidential candidate has been voted in as a nominee first, and then they go and make their bid for the presidency. I think she's historically the first one that has been chosen. And not only has she been chosen, but it was due to a coup that Nancy Pelosi herself said that she orchestrated. There's a video out there. You can go and watch that yourself. You don't have to take my word for it. but they've openly admitted to having a coup and replacing Biden, and then will turn around and say that Trump is the person that is a threat to democracy, when it's obviously the Democrats just projecting themselves onto Trump, obviously. So now that that's out the way, all the stuff that Kamala says, the middle class family crap that she talks about, even though her family is rich as fucking own slaves, all that middle class stuff, all that rhetoric about Trump being a Nazi, all that, even though people that is familiar with law knows that he's been convicted, but he's being appealed. They keep calling him a convicted felon. They keep saying things about Trump, and if you're looking from the outside in without knowing why they're doing it, it's just like, dude, it's like these people are absolutely crazy. What are they talking about? Well, the stuff that she's repeating, the stuff that she's saying, if you look at any of these street interviews that these YouTubers do, when asked questions, when I say that it's an echo chamber, the uneducated voter, the one that only takes the news at a surface level, they are literally echoing these same statements word by word. Literally. They already don't, and it kind of digs deep into the conception that your words cast spells on people, and that's absolutely true. I can tell you something about somebody, and if you trust me, and if you trust what I say, the words I say about a particular person can elicit emotions towards that person, even if you never physically met that person yourself. I can say that so and so is a complete jackass. He scams people, or he or she scams people. They're a bad person. And if you associate yourself with this person, you'll be seen as the same thing. Now, if I tell that to somebody that absolutely trusts me, I can elicit emotions in that person, and they will act on that emotion. So if they were to ever meet that person in real life, or even speak about that person, 9 times out of 10, when asked about that person, they'll just echo what I tell them. And that's what Kamala and the Democratic Party are doing to the uneducated voter, because you see it in these street interviews, and it's eye-opening to see. Now, apparently, the black vote is going to be what wins the presidency. I think Trump has said that himself. And so that's why Kamala, Obama, Michelle, everybody is attacking the uneducated black vote, which is Georgia. Not saying that they're not educated, but we all know that politics is not something that, the black community even cares about. So, I mean, the only time they care about it is during, if we have a black president running, that's when you see the black community fired up and ready to vote. But I saw a recent interview, and the stuff that Kamala says about the middle class stuff, every single one of them said it word for word for word. And I was like, wow. And it kind of put things into a different perspective for me with Kamala. I don't believe that she has a hard time speaking. I think the things that she says, she doesn't believe them. And that's what makes it hard for her to do interviews. That's why when people say she has to be drunk or high to do this stuff, it's because she's saying things that one, doesn't believe, because she knows that she's pandering to a group of people that she knows that she needs to win the election, and which is the black vote. And I think it's always been that way. Like I said, I don't dive deep into politics. I try to keep it at a surface level myself. But I think the black vote has always been very important. And I think that's why both parties try to pander to the black vote as much as possible. So come to that realization, it's like, yeah, I don't think Kamala I never thought she was stupid. I always thought that she was just incompetent and incapable of performing the job. But now it's deeper than that. Now she's willing to lie and go against what she believes in to get that black vote, because black people, or the black community, wants to believe this crap. Or if you tell them a story, and if you mix it in with emotions and something that they already kind of believe themselves, then they'll believe it. but that's any community. It's just not the black community. It's any community, but specifically they're targeting the black community in this situation. So that's why I'm singling that community out, because that's what they're targeting, or that's who they're targeting right now. So, and then I think everybody's seen they've already found fake ballots already. They've already found them. So that's going to be obviously a problem. Whoever wins this election, come November 5th, there's definitely going to be, in my opinion, probably riots. There's going to be whoever wins, the other side of the aisle is going to be like, yo, this. I mean, we already got proof that there's fake ballots. They found the fake ballots. It's going to be probably a bunch of recounts. It's going to probably be back and forth. I mean, shit, this is just the calm before the storm, in my opinion. This is just the calm before the storm, in my opinion. And I will definitely be streaming the elections, but I know that I'm going to stay in my house, because you don't know how people are just going to respond when the results are said. Now, I mean, the markets, everybody is already pricing in a Trump victory, but I mean, who knows? Who knows what can happen in the next couple of days? I think the election's on November 5th, so that's what, 8 more days? Hold on, let me make sure. 8 more days. So October might be a 31st, so 9 more days. Yep, 9 more days until the election. So that's going to be crazy. Yeah, she definitely did. That's exactly, because I mean, she's rich. You can't own slaves and be a middle class fucking family, dude. Like, but it's not for. I mean, they know who their base are. They're speaking to their base. They know that their base is not going to have the time or even care to look it up. They're just going to like, hey, this is the first black female president, and even though it's already been proven she's not black, but I mean, we're not going to go there. It's just nice to say. It's nice to think about. A lot of people wants to rally behind the idea that we've already had a first black male president. I think it's time for a black female president, and it's going to be historical, because not only she's the first president, first female president, but the first black president. I mean, they don't even talk about her being Indian no more. That's just how crazy it is. That's how you know they're pandering to the black community to ensure that vote. So, yeah, because I mean, she wasn't black before. She definitely grew up on Indian values. She came out herself and said it. So this is not my opinion. If you go and watch older interviews, she says she grew up in the Indian culture, Hindu, Indian. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, but she said it herself. It's just that up until 2024, she was Indian. Now she's black. So it's like, I mean, I guess you have to do what you got to do to win. But it's just hard to trust somebody that's willing to lie like that. It's hard to. It's really hard to. It's like if they're willing to lie about that, or to not be misleading in a situation like that, then what are they really capable of? What are they really capable of? So we'll see. We got 9 more days. We'll see. We'll definitely see. So Alfred says he's been doing the best loser win strat and adding to winners. Yep. I've been trading micros, adding 5 micros when I'm size again. Most positions are 5 to 15 max, but okay. Hey, what's up, Captain Trader? I mean, everything's going good. Hopefully, I mean, I may be, I may be, we'll see. I mean, like I said, they got to hold this. If the Bears don't hold it, then I mean, we're going up. We're going back up into this range right here. So we'll see. We'll see. Honestly, like I said, I really don't understand what the heck is up with that freaking, like, why is that even, like, why is that even important for a presidential race? Like, I mean, you can call, okay, so Like I said, I understand this is a controversial topic. I get it. But I speak to women. I have conversations with women all the time. The one thing that I've come to learn speaking to them over time, especially the ones that have had abortions, I think I've known 3 people closely that have had abortions, and the before and after is night and day. It changes them just because, and that just kind of shows that the mind, body, and spirit are 3 separate entities, because the mind will tell you one thing and the body will do something else. I mean, we see that all the time when we trade. So I mean, we think something, we feel something, and we do something, and they're all different. And the one thing that I've noticed, or the one thing that they've said and I've noticed, is after the abortion, the depression comes in, and it's deep. It's deep, the depression. And I think if you look online, a lot of the women that talk about their story is all the same. I was convinced that, having an abortion would not be something that would affect me this greatly, but now I have to live with it for the rest of my life. And then the realization, oh wow, I actually killed a part of myself. Oh wow. And a lot of females handle it differently. From the ones that I've known, the ones that had the abortions will go into a deep depression, and they would express that differently. One, they would just stop having sex altogether, or they would slow down, or 2, they would just go out and try to and get pregnant again and have sex with multiple partners. So the trauma after the abortion is different in women and different women, and it's always destructive. It's always destructive. So when I say that, it's like I wonder why it's and these doctors know this. I mean, it's if I can speak to a few women and they're all saying the same thing, there's no way that trained professionals don't know this, and yet they still encourage, like, yes, your body is your choice. Go get that abortion. And honestly, I think it's deeper than that, because, and I will say with the, if you see documentaries on social workers go into this field ready to help broken families. 2 to 3 years in, the same person will be drained emotionally, mentally, physically. This industry, that social work industry, they all say the same thing too. They help people, they want to help people, but the people that they help always find themselves in the same situation. You get them out of one situation, they'll fight you teeth and nail to get right back in the same situation. It's if they were in an abusive relationship, the social workers come and help them. They give them benefits. They give them programs to better themselves so they can better take care of their children. And what 9 times out of 10 happens is that they'll go to another person, and it's the same cycle. It's the same thing, same thing, same thing. It gets dark. It gets to the point to where it's like, wow, it's like we don't want to help these people. And I can understand that over time, if somebody that's in this field, if this is something that continues to happen, I can understand how the idea is like, well, shit, well, just let them have abortions so we don't have to even deal with it. I can understand how that can evolve to that. So, like I said, I feel like situations like that shouldn't even be a topic in any presidential debate or any presidential election, because, I mean, anyway, but I mean, I guess it is there. So I guess it has to be something that needs to be spoken about. It has to be something that needs to be addressed. I'm with Kamala being the first female president. Obviously, that's what she's going to use in the forefront. Obviously, usually conservative women don't have abortions. 9 times out of 10, they won't, because of their conservative values. But at the same time, I don't think, because I know a lot of people use the term, like, what if a woman is, sexually attacked, sexually assaulted, stuff like that. But 9 times out of 10, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, when they get sexually assaulted, they're given a plan B at the hospital. I'm absolutely sure that that's what I was told. Obviously, I'm not going to dig deep into this crap, but they're given the option to given a plan B or something, a pill uh, a, that's going to prevent the possibility of them getting pregnant after an attack. You would have to think that having that as, the grand all be all of an excuse, like I said, I don't think there's any professional medical provider that would not give a woman that if she finds herself in that situation. But I mean, if this was a situation where you thought that you was in a relationship with somebody, having a baby was going to be a way to keep them in your life, and all of a sudden now things change, and due to anger and realizing that, oh, now you don't want it, and now you want an abortion. I mean, that's just irresponsible. That's obviously that's irresponsible, obviously. So, but mm, well, I guess that's the world we live in now. People don't like to take responsibility for their actions, their accountability for their actions no more. People play victim even though they're wrong. Even though they may start the fight, they get punched back in their face, and all of a sudden now they want to be a victim now. That's the reality we live in. So, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that he was on the Madison Square in New York. And you already know, the world is crazy if New York, full of migrants, notoriously blue, is considering going red, or it could possibly go red. You know things are bad if that's a possibility. I shared with you guys that before COVID hit, I was actually planning on moving to New York. And every day I think whatever force that prevented me from going there and actually moving there from stopping me, because I was looking for apartments out there, space out there, because I love New York. My family's from up there, and I've always liked the energy with New York before all the craziness happened. It was just, I just wanted to live there. But I'm glad I didn't move, because I would have been stuck if I did. So, yeah, I'm glad that I didn't have to deal with none of that. But yeah, a lot of people say that a lot of people didn't know who Kamala was until I think they're using that, because I think a lot of people forget that she's currently the vice president. When I watch these street interview videos, it feels like because they speak as if she's not already in office. Like the way they talk about her is like, we're interested to see what she does, and she's gonna be that new page forward, blah blah blah, bull crap. And then the interviewers would have to say, but she's already in office. Why is she doing these things now? And when you look at their reaction, you can tell that it's like, oh shit. Yeah, I guess you're right. I forgot about that. I mean, you can tell that on their expression. And then they hurry up and self-correct and say, well, she's under Biden. She's in the back. She's the vice president. And these are going to be her ideas that she moves forward with. She's already said that she's in every major decision with Biden. So this is her and Biden's economy. If you want it to be poor for 4 more years, which inflation will probably get worse. I mean, but I think the American people will choose Trump this time around, because I think a lot of people are tired of not being able to pay their bills. I think a lot of people are tired of being in credit card debt and being gaslit and saying that the economy is great, but then you go to the store and you can't even afford the normal things that you used to afford, so you have to cut back. Especially people with big families, especially those with big families. All the stuff with all the money that's being wasted, all the money that is going to people that haven't come into the United States and do it the right way, using loopholes and just coming in, and they're giving them money, and are homeless, is struggling. Now, I will say that, I mean, it is cute to say, but at the same time, even though we do have homeless, unfortunately, some of those people are just lost causes. It's horrible to say that, but you try to help these people and they don't want to be helped. They don't. But I don't like the fact that being a veteran myself, that there's veterans out here that they have to fight tooth and nail for their disability. They serve their country, and then they have to fight tooth and nail with the VA to get the benefits that they deserve. Tooth and nail, and yet all this money is being allocated for foreigners, people that are not coming in the United States the correct way. And us American taxpayer has to, we have to foot that bill. So I think a lot of people are tired of that. I think so. So we'll see what happens in the next 9 days. We'll see. Yeah, JP, I'm not surprised by that at all. I'm not surprised. There's a lot of construction. There's a lot of apartment constructions. Like they're doing so much. They're tearing out the natural environment down here in Texas. They're tearing so much of it out just to build new apartments. And the apartments are already starting at like $1,300 a month. $1,300. Dude, ain't nobody gonna be able to afford that crap if you don't have a decent career. Those apartments is gonna stay empty unless they're planning on doing like those affordable housing where the government, they subsidize those houses and they'll pay for majority of it, and then kind of like Section 8 or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, but not too many people are going to be able to afford $1,300 in rent. Not too many people can afford that. So, but they're building them, and that's the price tags on them. So, and that's for like a $1,300 for a 3-bedroom, 600, 800 square foot. A 3-bedroom is going to cost you $3K. So it's like, dude, ain't nobody going to be able to afford that. Yeah, like with the fast food now, it's like it's cheaper to get fast food, and yet the fast food is now expensive. Like the stuff that like the food that's killing you. Like when McDonald's had to take away their dollar menu, because I remember when I was still eating McDonald's. It's been a while, and this was before Biden and Trump and all them. This is during Obama. But when they took away that dollar menu and turned it to a $5 menu, I mean, that was just like the first step. And now even McDonald's is expensive. You might as well go sit at a restaurant because it's almost the same price now. And it's not even good food. Like, well, my groceries, I get the same thing, but I don't necessarily buy like processed foods. I'm not buying cookies, cakes, none of that stuff. I just buy the same things: fruits, vegetables, orange juice, almond milk. What else do I buy? Canned beans. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Oh yeah, rice, avocados. I mean, just basic foods, and that runs me about $70 a week. But I'm just only feeding me, my daughter, and her mom. I can only imagine how much more money I would spend if I had a bigger family. And that's why I was saying bigger families feel it the most because you got like if you got three kids, they always eating. Shit, it gets expensive buying crap for them, man. It gets expensive. I got one daughter here, and it's expensive buying stuff for her. So, mm, yeah. So we'll see. Uh, we'll see what Trump. I mean, like I said, I think it's highly likely Trump will get in, and he said that he's going to go back to drilling. And listening to one of Trump's interview with what's that dude's name that talks about not being in debt. I forgot his name. I read his book, and honestly, what he teaches you how to get into debt, but or he teaches you how to not be in debt. But apparently, rich people, they live in debt. And like I've already shared the whole credit card thing. I mean, you can kind of do the same thing that these big companies are doing with your credit card. You just have to be responsible with it. and it's free money. It's free money. Those rewards that your credit cards use, if you stay within that limit and pay that shit off, all them points is free money. Like I've made, I think right now I'm up about 2K in credit card points. It's free money out of nowhere. Well, it's not out of nowhere. I've been responsible with my credit card, but I got 2K sitting in my credit cards right now, and I usually take that out at the end of the year. And they actually upgraded my credit card. It was like 1.5%. I think Navy Federal just did this with everybody. I got an email saying that it's up to 2% now to kind of get people to encourage them to use their credit card. I was like, fine, give me 2%. I use my credit card for everything and I pay it off so I can keep that free money that they got, that they put on the credit card. So that's what these big companies are doing. They get rich being in debt. And I guess with you being in debt, the government can't come in and tax it, and you're just paying interest on the debt that you've accrued. And yeah, it's called like financial alchemy or something like that, where you just you make money out of nothing. You take borrowed money, you make the money, you pay the interest, and you pay it back. And the money, the income that you made off of it is yours. And technically, it appeared out of thin air. It's called financial alchemy. Dave Ramsey, that's his name, Dave Ramsey. Yeah, I watched an interview with Dave Ramsey and Trump, and he was talking about how the energy, like it starts with the energy. If these companies are spending more in gas, obviously they're gonna have to make that money, that cost up somewhere, and that's why I guess Trump's economy was so good, was because he was drilling. Energy was cheap, and with energy being cheap, everything else becomes cheap, and that's why the economy had so much money. But they did say that the deficit grew under Trump. Like I said, I don't necessarily understand that part or why that would happen, but I think that's like the negative thing. It was like, yeah, it grew that much under Trump, but I mean, I don't care about that. That's not my job to care about that. I had money in my pocket. I had a bigger sum of disposable cash, and that's all I care about. I had money to make sure my family was good, and I had money to fuck around with. I can fuck up some money. That's how good the economy was. Now, I have to be frugal. I have to be frugal now. Make sure that my family's good. Make sure we got a rainy day fund, and anything that's left, I could fuck that up. But that's about it. Really? Thanks for Shiro. Thanks. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, if I use my credit card for everything. If they charge me a 3% tax on my credit card, then I would just stop eating them. And I know that these restaurants are obviously paying, so they're trying to get their money back from, because when these vendors, when they accept credit cards, they have to kick the vendor or whatever credit card company that they're accepting a fee. So it's like you're paying to play with them. And I've kind of did a little bit of research on it. I'm not going to say that 100% of what I'm saying is 100% correct, but this is surface level. So to my understanding, whenever you swipe your credit card and they say that we accept Visa, MasterCard, and blah, 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 these vendors have to pay them a percentage of what you make from the credit card, if I'm not mistaken. And so if they're trying to kick that price back to the consumer, then yeah, I'm not gonna, I don't play that shit. I'm not gonna give you money. I'm already paying you for the freaking food and service. And then you want me to tip you, and then you want me to pay a convenience fee on top of that? Nah, I just won't eat there. Nah, I don't keep cash, man. I like, dude, I do not like. I haven't touched cash in so long that it's weird when I see it. Like that's just how long it's been since I've touched cash. When people give me cash, it's like what the fuck? Like why you giving me this shit, bro? Like I don't touch this shit, man. I don't use cash. I am one of those people that have embraced digital currencies. I've embraced it. I don't touch cash. I don't use it because I can't make no money off of cash. I can't. I mean, I'm so deep in this make money from my debt game that I like to play with my credit cards. Is like if I use cash, I'm thinking to myself like, damn, I could have used my credit card for this shit and I could have got my money back. Like that's how my mind is. That's how my mind works. That's why I won't ever use cash to buy anything. I won't use my debit card to buy anything. I'm using my damn credit card. Yeah, just like is it scrippers? Ah, yeah, them scrippers. Yeah, Derek, man, I take my time to accumulate knowledge, like especially when it comes to finance, man. Especially stay in debt and get rich. Hey, it's gonna be soon where them scrippers gonna have them what are them things called? Them tap to pay thing. You can send them what cash out. I'm surprised they don't do the cash up now. I'm surprised, like especially being a scripper, like you got people giving you cash. You don't know where these people come from. I'm surprised they don't already got like, yeah, just send me the cash app. I'm surprised they don't do that shit already. Yep. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 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 Well, this is definitely off topic since we talking about it, but I'm pretty sure everybody's heard about that little Dirk situation. This ain't nothing to do with trading or politics. It's something different. Talking about the credit card thing. I'm not necessarily a fan of drill music. I mean, I'll listen to it time to time if it's not talking about nothing too crazy. I do believe that if the music you listen to, that vibration, if you allow that into your life, is going to get projected. That's just how shit work. You put something in a box, it's going to come out of it. So I try not to listen to that unless they talking about, I mean, anyway, it don't matter. Anyway, so they got caught up because they was using their credit cards to commit crimes. Like it's like the criminals of today. It's like y'all just making it easy for these guys to build up cases on you. Like it's crazy when you hear somebody say that you use a company credit card with your name on it to rent out a car to commit a crime in. Like who the fuck does like why would you do that? Like why would you do that? I mean, if you rent a car, you gotta. I mean, even if you use cash, I mean, you still gotta give a name or some shit like that. I mean, they gotta protect they asset, the rental property. But why are you renting? Like, it's like, why are you renting? Like, why? Like, first off, why are you buying a plane ticket? Well, I guess you kind of have to buy a plane ticket with a card, unless you're gonna pay at the front desk. But yeah, apparently they got caught up using the company credit cards to. I mean, obviously they made an attempt to murder somebody, another rapper called named Quando Rondo, but they killed one of his associates. So it was an attempted murder case, and they used the credit cards, and they got caught up. And now Dirk is being seen as the ringleader, the boss of a criminal organization disguised as a record label. And it all came down to the people around him, the credit cards that they used, and everything like that. And I'm like, man, that's so crazy, man. Crazy. Yeah, the company credit card, dude, it's crazy. Crazy. Crazy, man. But yeah, man. Yeah, these criminals, man, they use their credit cards and shit. They use their debit cards. It's like if you're gonna do something like that, yeah, use cash. Obviously, you're not supposed to. I mean, I wouldn't promote that type of stuff, obviously, but just thinking from an efficiency point of view, like if you're gonna do something, at least do the shit right. I mean, why are you using something that's gonna trace it back to you? Why are you doing stuff with people that if you can't trust them to keep their mouth closed, and the people that's really playing this game for real, Why are you not like? Why are you doing business with somebody outside of your circle, people, your trust circle? Why are you doing shit like that? But these criminals nowadays just makes it so easy for the feds or the cops or law enforcement to build cases on them, and then they'll turn around and say, "Damn, how the hell did I get caught up? I don't deserve this. This is racism." Blah blah blah. Like, dude, you gave it to him. You gave it to him. Talking on the phone, knowing exactly that the phones are tapped. I mean, they've already came out and said that all these phones are tapped. I mean, Siri is always listening to you. If Siri's listening to you, then why wouldn't you think that that if they really wanted to get into your phone, they couldn't? If you're a person of interest in a crime, why would you think that? But I guess I digress on that. But I mean, just it's so many ways, easy ways to make money. I really wonder what makes somebody risk their livelihood or their life to make money the wrong way when it's so easy to make. I mean, you can get on social media now and make money if you really want to. You be able to tell a good story, piece that a story that people want to listen to, sell merch, sell something online. I mean, it's so easy to make money online. It's like, why would you do anything other than that? But mm, yeah, people don't talk about that enough. People don't talk about what President Trump did for Kodak Black and for a lot of people. I mean, they call him racist, but I mean, how I look at it is, let's just say if he is, let's just say that he is, just for the sake of this argument. If he was, so he had to release Kodak Black, Lil Wayne, and all the other people that he released. I think Lil Wayne and Kodak Black is probably like the biggest and recognizable names. He didn't have to release those people. He didn't have to. I don't think Obama released anybody out of prison. I don't think Obama did that at all. And even though he didn't have to do it, he did it. Now, I know a lot of people say that, oh, he was probably going to use them, blah, 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 blah. Dude, he, Kodak Black and Lil Wayne ain't going to be influential in no damn election. Not with the new generation. Not with this new generation. Lil Wayne, maybe. Kodak Black, no. No. And Kodak Black, from the last time I've seen, he's still, he may be recovering from, he still maybe he should be still recovering. So it's not like they would use him for anything political in the first place. He's a recovering drug addict. So I don't know why anybody would come to that conclusion, but you know that's what people like to say and, and sound cute online. So yeah, I saw that, man. I saw that. That's why yeah, I wanted to use that word recovering, because I was like, yeah, he's looking. It looks like he kind of found the help that he needed. That's what it looks like to me. And NBA YoungBoy, if you look at him, it's the same thing. It's like, even though I'm not a fan of either, I don't listen to either one of them. You can see that when he was in jail, you can see like, damn, he was happy. Like, you got to think like his life was such a prison that he only found happiness when he was finally literally locked up in jail. Like his photos, you can see that he was genuinely happy. And you can see in some of his interviews, like he was regretting some of the music that he was putting out, because he realized that what he was saying was destructive to, you know, the black community. Because if you look at it, it's like, yeah, it's like drill, 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 kill, kill, kill. If you my op, if you on the other side, then you know you gotta go type shit. And he was being remorseful in one of the interviews that he was doing. The crazy thing is, the interviewer stopped him from saying that shit. Like, he interrupted him when he was kind of confessing, like, yeah, I don't want to do this shit no more type shit. And the interviewer interrupted him. And I think the interviewer did that shit on purpose. I think because it was like he really was trying to, like, yeah, he don't want to do this shit no more. And it takes a toll. Like stuff like that takes a toll on you, man. Karma is real. Self-hatred, all that shit, karma. Like people don't think that karma is some magical force in the world, but that's something within you. Like when you have that internal dialogue within yourself and you're in a spot where you got to think about what you've done. The first thing that that internal voice is going to say is like, damn, what if that was you? How would you like it if someone would have did that to your mama, your brother, your sister, your this, your that? And if you ain't got nowhere to escape from that voice and numb it with alcohol, drugs, or whatever, and numb it, that voice becomes very fucking loud in a quiet room. And that's what karma is. Shame. It's like, this is what you did. And now this shit could come back to you. And the crazy thing is the karma don't even have to really hit you for real. It's just the thought of like, damn, like someone can do that to one of my loved ones. I did somebody wrong. I hurt somebody. I hurt the people that I care about, the people that cared about me, people that close to me. I hurt them. And I really did them dirty and wrong. And all they tried to do was help me. And then you feel shame from that. That's what karma is. And I'm starting to see a lot of these artists, a lot of the ones that, promote violence and shit like that. I'm starting to see that now they coming out and saying like, yeah, I don't want to do this shit no more. Like, I'm not on that type of time no more. So it's like stuff like that is very interesting to me. And that's why I kind of choose to be the way I am. Because I understood for a very young age that you got to live with yourself. And if you can't live with yourself, you don't want to live at all. It's hard to live when you can't live with yourself. So like I said, I ain't trying to scam nobody. I ain't trying to lie to nobody. I ain't trying to mislead nobody. Because I got to, when I get off this, when I get from behind the screen, I need to be able to look in the mirror at myself and say, you know what? I helped somebody. Like if anybody can learn from what I'm showing on this stuff with trading and stuff like that, it's like, man, I helped somebody. I mean, that's good karma. I can feel good about that. I can speak about that shit to myself. Like, yeah, I'm helping people versus like, man, I'm trying to scam people. I'm trying to get people to believe all the bullshit I'm talking about just to get some money, quick cash out of them. Fuck if they don't trust me after this. I'm going to get quick cash out of them. You know, it's like, no, I ain't trying to live like that. And that's why you see a lot of people depressed, like these scammers, like they depressed and shit. But that's all they know. It's like nobody don't trust them no more. They got to keep changing their name. And nah, I ain't trying to live like that. I ain't trying to live like that at all. Oh, crap. Speaking of that, so I kind of saw something online that I want to inspire to be. I think everybody's probably seen this video by now, but I'm going to share it. It's a video that I saw on X. Like this actually really inspired me. It was like, yo, like I need to be more like this when it comes to trading. And this is the video right here. I'm pretty sure everybody's seen this video right here. Look how calm this dude is.
No way. Oh my gosh.
Look how calm this dude is. He's just watching the girl destroy his property. And he's not even emotionally
normal.
That's good, good.
Insurance is on paper yet. I just got it too. Right, you. Fuck, this shit's on. It's really good though.
Now, this could be a skit. Who knows? If this is a skit for real, who knows? But the one thing that I'm focused on is like, dude, this is how I need to be during a trade. Like that dude was calm. Like that is crazy how calm that dude is, man. Yeah, like that's crazy. Like he was just sitting there like, yeah, she destroying my things, but the cops and the insurance company's gonna handle that. I don't even need to get emotionally involved. And I was like, man, if I need to start implementing that in my trading because I think what we all saw that trade I took on Friday, and I cut the trade early just to be freaking right. Just to be right. Like I cut the trade early because I was like, man, this trade ain't gonna work. It's gonna probably bounce and stop me out. I was going through it emotionally. And I did not trust that my target got hit. Well, shit. If I held that damn target, not only would my target would have got hit, but obviously we saw what happened Friday. Had this big massive dump. And so I was like, yeah, I need to start being that way. That's how I need to start trading. For real. Mm. Yeah, Derek, a lot of people are like that, man, especially in the black community, man. Especially in the black community. I was one of the lucky people to get out of it because I was born in that shit. I was born in it. And it took me a very long time to get out of it. A very long time. Very long time. I think I wasn't able to fully get out of it until I like was like 25, 23, 25. Because it's all you know. And like when your whole life is trying to survive and there's no love, it's like shit, you trying to you look to your left and right, and since everybody's hungry, they're willing to eat off your plate. They're willing to take from your plate and eat off that shit. And that is very what's the correct word I want to use? It's very eye-opening for people that have to live in survival mode 24/7. You get people that betray you, people that you thought cared about you will use you, and then you find out that damn, they was only using me or using them or yada blah blah blah. I mean, that lifestyle is very traumatic, and it takes a very strong person to even come out of that alive, let alone not be broken in some way. And I will say that I had a lot of self-reflecting. I had to learn from a lot of my own mistakes and a lot of mistakes from other people. And like I said, I was one of the people that kind of got out of it without too much damage. But I think what really saved me was just my fact of I just enjoyed being by myself anyway. I never was really someone that really hung out with too many people. But if I was, I definitely could have got caught up in something wrong, especially when everybody around you is kind of doing dirt. I was never really into that shit in the first place. So I think that's probably what saved me, honestly. Mm. So I kind of felt that they was gonna try to bounce it right here. I had a feeling that they was, but like I said, I still got my stop where I need to have my stop at, right above. Because I mean, I guess they could, but I mean, if they don't stop it here, then this trade ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. For sure, I did see that. I did see that. I did see that. I mean, it's interesting how, like I was talking about before, how words can be spells and stuff like that. Everybody loved Trump. Trump is probably like the most iconic person right now because in every era, he's kind of been involved in everything. You had rappers talking about him. You had people inspiring to be Trump. People loved him. People only spoke good things about him. And all of a sudden, I mean, it's almost night and day that now he's like the most hated person in the world. And people actually think that he is equivalent to Hitler. a person that literally killed people. He marked them like they were animals, put them in gas chambers for science as a science experiment to see if they how long they could survive and all kind of crazy crap that that guy was doing. They actually used that word to describe that man, and to our knowledge, he hasn't done any of those things. He just says some things that hurt some people's feelings, but the truth hurts. I don't think he. Well, let me be very clear. Like I said, I don't follow what he says. The things that they said that he said was that he said that first that Mexico was not bringing their best people over here. They were bringing criminals. Um, Obviously, the people that came here was only looking for salvation from a war-torn country in Mexico. I do understand that the cartels there are very dangerous and that people want to be able to come here and raise their families without the threat of being caught in the middle of a cartel war with the government. I get that. But obviously if you're not doing any checks and there's no checks and boundaries, obviously criminals are going to take advantage of that as well. And I'm pretty sure that's what he meant, and that's the assumption I'm going to make, because I don't think anybody is that nasty to say something like that, to say that, oh yeah, everybody that's coming over here is bad people. I don't think he said that. I think what he said got taken out of context. And now we know that yeah, criminals are coming over here. And we all know that the cartels are taking advantage of the men and women that they traffic over here. We know that those people are not good. They take advantage of those people. We know this. We don't have to be that naive. We know this. You know that those women, before they come over here, a lot of them don't make it over here untouched. We know this. So it's not like it's like Dora the Explorer where, they're coming over here and everything is all good. It's like those people are really risking their lives to come over here and they're being exploited and they're being hurt. Coincidentally, the Chinese migrants aren't. Like I said, I've seen a documentary where the Chinese immigrants that's going through Mexico, they're clean, they're being untouched, and you have to think, if they're not victimizing the Chinese immigrants, then you know that there are bigger forces in play if they are not being harmed as they're being moved from Mexico into the United States. So obviously this is a big issue. Obviously the American people are feeling it, obviously, and I guess they're tired of it, obviously. So and obviously being here in Texas, I mean for us, it's kind of normal. I mean shit, Texas is basically, it literally is Mexico. So it's not like um this is normal for us, I guess. Everybody is everybody. But I'll probably never move out of Texas. I think Texas will be my home forever. I think right now Texas is the only state, Texas and Florida, that, well, I was going to say Florida, but Florida can get crazy with them friggin' hurricanes. But I love living in Florida and I love living in Texas. Those are my two favorite states to live in that I've lived in so far. I moved to Georgia and I absolutely hated it. All the whatever law they changed back in the day, a lot of the businesses are gone because of it. I forgot which law it was, but a lot of the companies had to go out of they had to move because of that law in Georgia. And if you go to Georgia now, I think honestly the only thing they got is Lenox Mall for real. There's really nothing to do in Georgia. At least in my opinion, it's not. If you ain't a scripper, if you ain't a fan of scrippers and stuff. But hmm. All right, we'll see, man. I mean, they just kind of need to break this range. If we can get a break of this range, then I'll feel more comfortable with this short. But as long as they hold up this range, then it's highly likely that they can come back up into this range right here. It's highly likely that they can. And it's highly likely that they can get past this, especially if they can break above this high right here and find support. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely get stopped out of this one. So I mean, if they can break through this range, come back and use this as resistance, then I can definitely get my targets hit. Now, I think a good long will probably be in this range, and we can possibly get, possibly a test back up here, and possibly a test back up at the bottom in this range, and this will be where the bears would have to hold. They would have to hold that. But looking at the ES looking like it's good to go. The ES is looking like it's good to go. It's already making its rotation down on the ES. All it really needs to do is kind of break this EMA, and it should trade back into this range right here. It's highly unlikely that if we trade above this high, then that means it's going higher. That's why obviously it's kind of safer to trade the ES than it is the Nasdaq, because she doesn't play those games. You know when you're wrong. You don't have to hope with the ES. You just know when you're wrong. And I know that I'll be wrong above this high if it gets to that. So now, I mean, there is a possibility that, price could trade back into this little break of structure right here. I mean, it could. I mean, this could be the area where the market wants to come at, because we did see that break of structure right here. We saw them break it down, and then they used the top of this range to knock it back down. So, I mean, I doubt that they'll use this one. It's highly likely that they'll use this area to short, because they're already doing it. Then we can probably get back into this range. I mean, I kind of want to put my targets here, but I won't be greedy here, and I'll keep it in this range right here. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, I love living in Florida. I love living in Florida. And you say you live in Atlanta. What do you do out there? Because when I visited my father out there, I could not. There was nothing to do, man. I couldn't find anything to do. I mean, if it was the Lenox Mall, it was like, well, shit, where is there to do here? But yeah, Florida. Yeah, I love Florida, man. Loved it. I hate it when I had to move. I moved from Florida to Georgia, and during that time, like I said, it was. I mean, the difference between Florida and Georgia was just so big. I couldn't stay there in Georgia. I couldn't. I just couldn't. It was just so the difference. Damn, there's not nothing to do. It's not even a beach here. Like, what the hell? Mm, yeah. No, are you? Man, y'all gotta tell me, man, because like I said, when I was out there, I was like, man, I was bored the whole time. That's why I moved from Georgia, because I was like, well, I'm gonna stay in Georgia. And I was like, well, ain't nothing to do, so I moved. At least I couldn't find anything to do, I guess. But you say you Uber and trade? Yeah, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people like to do that. I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people like they broadcast them driving for Uber, ride sharing and stuff like that, and then they trade. My brother was telling me about this guy that he knows that ride shares, and while he's driving, he's looking at his trades. But this is forex though. He trades forex. My brother trades forex, and obviously we all know that forex is a casino. We know that. We know this. You know it's a casino when you can open up your position and you can be red, and you just open the position is already red, even if you got in at a good spot because of the fees and the commissions and all the other crap that comes with forex. I was here. Oh, well, I was there. So I was only there for maybe a good month before I moved. I moved from, so originally all my family is from South Carolina. So after I got out the military, I was stationed in North Carolina. And then I moved to Virginia. And then from Virginia, I moved to Florida. And I absolutely loved Florida. Absolutely loved it. The only reason why I moved from Florida, because I was living in West Palm Beach. The only reason why I moved from Florida to Georgia was because I realized that I enjoy working. Florida is not, or at least at that time, there was not too many employment opportunities in the field that I was familiar with, which was um, basically construction, welding, and what I did in the military was supply, warehousing, stuff like that. Those opportunities weren't out there in Florida, so um, I was like, well, shit. No wonder why they call this a retirement state, because people don't want to work. Now, what I do now, I'm pretty sure I can go back out there and live in Florida, but at this point, yeah, I ain't trying to move back to Florida. I'm cool in Texas. I like the fact that I don't have to worry about hurricanes and shit. But the one thing I did love about living in Florida was that every day at 12 o'clock, right around nap time, it would rain. And you all know how calming rain is and stuff like that. So I like that. But yeah, once I moved from Virginia, I moved to Georgia. And then I found myself in the same situation where I was like, damn, there's really nothing to do here. I mean, you can only go to the mall so many times. Like I said, at least for me, I understand that y'all guys are like, yeah, there's a lot to do. But for me, I guess I couldn't find the things that I wanted to do out there. So I moved. It was like less than a month out there. And then I just moved to South Carolina. And then from South Carolina, I moved to Texas. And there ain't nothing to do out here. Well, I guess it depends on who you ask. For me, I kind of like how quiet it is out here, because I mean, ever since COVID, a lot of the places that I would frequent, like the hookah lounges, a little spots, hole in the wall spots that serve really good alcohol, stuff that I really enjoyed doing pre-COVID. Obviously, COVID destroyed a lot of businesses, man. And the surviving businesses had to cut costs and cut quality, increase costs and cut quality. And yeah. Yeah, Forex is, man. I mean, like I said, I was almost a Forex trader myself. I was almost a Forex trader myself. Then I realized how all the math that you had to do. And then, like I say, you open up and then you can almost, there's some situations where you're trading against your broker. Like, just imagine that you're trading against your broker and you think you're going to win. All right. But people still trade it, man. It's crazy that people do that. And then when you're trading against your broker, that's where a lot of those scams happen with the broker. That's why a lot of people will open their position and it's in the negative because of the commissions and fees and stuff. Because you're trading against your broker, so of course they're gonna hit you up. That's why I choose to stay with futures. But my brother loves forex. I try to tell him, I was like, man, come over here to the futures, man. Like, you ain't got to worry about all that bullshit. You ain't got to worry about trading against your broker. You ain't got to worry about all that. And then everything is on a centralized exchange. That's like the best thing about trading futures. That's why Bookmap is so important for futures, because all the orders will show up on Bookmap. You ain't got to worry about them having a secret dark pool exchange, which I'm not going to sit here and say that cannot be possible, But officially, everything is going through CME. Everything is going through a centralized exchange. So you can see where the majority of the orders are sitting at. And that's why Bookmap is very powerful with futures. That's why if you're not trading with Bookmap, you're really cheating yourself. All the orders are there. You can see where all the big money's at. You can see it. I think that's probably what it is the leverage. Over on Forex, man, shit, you can, it's crazy over there. And I tried, man. Like, dude, I tell my brother, I was like, dude, I stream this shit, man. You can even jump on it with me. Just come to the future side. Like, it's not that bad over here. But I think he's just invested so much with Forex. I think that's probably what it is because he's just put so much investment into it. He put too much into it. And so at this point, it's like, nah, either this shit gonna work or it ain't gonna work. Like there's no, I guess he's in too deep, which is understandable. I guess it's understandable. But I would never trade Forex. I trade options here and there, but I feel like with options, it's just not. It just takes too much to win. Yeah. Yeah, I tell him, man, shoot, everything you telling me, I told him already. He just don't, I guess he's just being stubborn at this point. I mean, I can get it. Being a stubborn bear myself, I can get, it's like, nah, because it's like, I can trade the ES. The ES is kind of, it's like, I feel like the ES is an easier instrument to trade. You can literally get perfect entries on the ES if you understand how she trades. You just have to wait for it. That's why I trade the Nasdaq because I mean, shit, I don't gotta wait for it, and I don't have to be perfect. I can get a decent move on the Nasdaq and get paid. On the ES to get a move like this, man, you have to deal with a bunch of this hours of consolidation and stuff like that. So it's not. It's like it's the same situation. I can make so much money trading the ES, but I choose to blow my accounts on Nasdaq because of how crazy she is, and I want to be able to completely understand her. I want to be able to say that I conquered the Nasdaq. That even though she's crazy, she's not that crazy. And I can spend most of my time over there in Nasdaq and make the money I want on Nasdaq. And I'm not saying that. I think I'm like maybe 70 to 80% there, like truly understanding the Nasdaq. But obviously, when she does stuff like this, and I get emotionally caught up, then all my hard work is gone. And this is why I say I'm 70 to 80% done with her because it's these days that'll get me. Is when she's going in a straight line in one direction, and if I'm not in that that direction, it's highly likely for me to take a big loss or I'm blowing the account. I mean, it's just that's the reality of trading the Nasdaq. You can get emotionally hijacked real quick trading this crazy woman, and it's equivalent to being in a toxic relationship. Because that's basically what it is. Because I remember talking about this area right here, and I remember seeing everybody in the Bookmap chat. I was talking to Smith about this, and I was like, they're holding this range. It's highly unlikely for them to break past this range right here. And so that's why I put the 3 micro contracts on there. And when I woke up the next morning, I think I was up 200 or 300 points. It's because I can understand what the Nasdaq is doing at times. The only thing that be getting me is when she trades in one direction and it's like, okay, so they're not going to buy it no more. They took all their profits up here at the top, so they're not going to buy it. And then what the Nasdaq is really good at doing is switching it up, because you think that, okay, she took it out of supply, so it's good to take a short. But then there's days where the bulls are so aggressive that even if they make a big move like this, they're still buying it. They're still buying it. They're still buying it. And then you'll probably get a drop. Maybe you'll get a drop. But it just seems like now it's like she'll go up and then, okay, nobody's not buying anymore. And there'll be some buying as support. And you're thinking like, okay, yeah, like, yo, yeah, it's highly likely that she'll be here. She'll jump here. Or there's going to be buyers in this area. And then she'll hit you with a lot of momentum. And because we're naturally predators, us humans, obviously we're going to chase movement. And so that's how the Nasdaq can be very deceptive, because you know that she can do it. You just don't know when she won't do it. And it'll be so much bullish momentum going in one direction. You're thinking like, oh shit, I want to get into this. I don't want to miss this move. It's highly likely that the Nasdaq is going to go back into this range, possibly do a double top here. It's possible. And that's what makes trading the Nasdaq crazy. You know that it's not possible on the ES. I mean, you see a strong high, you can literally put your stop above that high and take the loss, and then get in at the other level and then get your money back. I mean, trading the ES is easy. It's this crazy ass bitch Nasdaq, because she'll do stuff like this, and then, I mean, a good example of what I was talking about is, yeah, like something like this, like, oh crap, we'll get a drop and then the bulls will come back in and then they'll take it out. So you don't know if, damn, is she going to do it this time? Is she not going to do it this time? I mean, taking that short, I mean, obviously the people that took that short got paid. And this is another example. The bears finished their rotation. The bulls came right back, took out the high. They went back and forth. You just don't know until the candles are painted on the screen. And it's like every time you buying after a big drop, you're kind of gambling. And then she'll do it. She'll do it just enough, just for when she do it that when the next time she don't do it, you'll just get caught up in all this. And I want to be able to conquer that. I want to be able to conquer that. Yeah. Just go date a stripper. Yo, that's so crazy. My friend actually, for whatever reason, he loves strippers. Like I don't know why. Like he loves dating strippers. I have no clue why. Well, I wouldn't call him a friend. I call him someone that I know, an associate. He loves strippers, man. He loves taking that walk of shame to the ATM. He loves taking that damn thing. It's like, dude. He actually took me to his to the strip folk for his birthday. He gave me and my brother like $80. Man, I was like, man, I'm about to pocket this. Man, I'm about to throw this money at no damn body. And I was like, shit. It's like, I'm not paying nobody to see some shit I can see in real life for free. But he loves going to strip clubs, man. He loves that shit. He loves dating them. And he loves going through it with them. And I don't understand why. I really don't. But but yeah, man, trading the Nasdaq is very exciting. Especially when especially the way that Alpha has grown his account. It's like, I mean, you can do that with the ES for sure. I mean, you can do it. Like I said, you can be a millionaire with the ES. But that money's too slow. It's too slow. And if you come with the Nasdaq with a good plan, with a good strategy like Alfred has, and grown your account the same way that he has, yeah, the Nasdaq can be very addictive. It's that fast money. Yeah. No, he's dating them, bro. He's dating them. I don't know why. It's like he went to Brazil. You already know why he went to Brazil. You already know why he went to Brazil. Like, I was like, dude, like, why do you want to? Like, why do you go through this with them? But I mean, a lot of people just, I guess they need excitement. They need that in their life. They need that. It makes them feel alive. Like it makes them feel. I guess it makes them feel alive. I was like, man, that's crazy to me. You talking crazy, bro. You talking crazy. Hmm. Oh yeah, of course, of course. Because I was already past my $500 goal anyway. But that's the minimum. I want to make it at least $500 to $600 daily. But obviously trading the Nasdaq, I want more than that. And that's basically that's more for my funded accounts. I have a strict, or I try to have a strict $600 to $700. Actually, with these MFF accounts, that's you kind of have to trade that way. Once you get funded with MFF, with their consistency rule, they hit you on both the winning side and the losing side. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with this, but it's not how many times you win, but it's also how much you lose. So with these MFF accounts, you can't lose too much. You can't lose 2K and then build that 2K back up and think that you're going to get a payout. It don't work that way because they hit you on both sides. They take your winning days and your losing days, and you need to make 40% consistency off of that. So, I mean, the easiest route is to get at least 5 winning days. Get your 5 winning days, and then you can get your $1,200 payout with MFF. And you can consistently do that by making $500 to $600. So the $500 goal is for my funded account. But if I'm in an eval, I'm trading past it. Honestly, I'm trying to pass it in one day, to be completely honest. Honestly, I want to pass this eval. Oh shit, for real? 26. Oh shit. Let me hurry up and get an account. Shit, okay. Yeah. Yo, thanks for that, Alfred. Shit, let me get an account real quick. 26% off. So that means that these accounts will be like $40. All right, okay, so let me give me two. So let me give me some. I mean, honestly, MFF is not that bad, man. I mean, they kind of fucked I mean, it was their Forex side fucked the game up for everybody because we all know that before they was using Dell or Deal or whatever it's called. And that's how these prop firms were paying everybody out. And then once MFF on their Forex side messed it up for everybody, then they said that they was no longer going to do business with prop firms again. And they cut it off for everybody. I'm about to say, I was like, what? No, my funded futures, wasn't it my funded futures that I know that the funded trader actually got caught up too. But if I'm not mistaken, it was actually the my funded Forex was actually the first one, and they're the same company. It's just that they're on the Forex side and not the future side, or they're on the future side, not the Forex side. My funded Forex. Yeah. So this is the account right here. My funded Forex was the reason why a lot of these prop firms had to go away, or that's why they took away the deal, and they had that big case against them because they were cheating their traders and stuff like that on their Forex side. So it was actually both futures prop firms that got caught up. But they're definitely the same company. At first, they were trying to come out and say that they weren't the same company. But if you do some digging, they basically copy and pasted their terms and conditions. And in their terms and conditions, they still had their Forex stuff in it. So at first, yeah, they tried to lie about it, but they came out with this great deal. And I mean, shit, it's a good deal. I've been paid out 3 times with MFF. So I mean, shit, they ain't cheated me yet. Sunday. And it's just $60. All right, so I'll buy another account. I'll probably use this account for gold or something. Thanks for thanks for that, Alfred. I didn't even know they was doing that shit. I didn't even get an email about that. Like, is it like in their Discord or something, or they send an email? Like, how'd you know about that? Yeah, they didn't send no email or nothing. Ah, shit. Which one is it? 78. Let's see. All right. All right. All right. Whatever, dude. Oh, okay. Well, shit. I guess I have to start lurking in a Discord again, I guess. Yeah, because I didn't know that they did that. Mm. Active promos. They got a milestone account. Shit, ain't nobody trying to do all that. We trying to get paid. Extra shit. Do they usually put these do they usually keep it like in a promos, or is it like in the just basically in the chat? Mm. Oh, it was in the funded chat. Oh, they got a funded chat? I didn't know that MFF had a funded side. I guess you have to tell one of the mods that you're funded or something. You got to pay out to be added to the. I don't know. Okay, I just asked the question. Oh shit, crude. Let's actually look at that. Actually, let's look at gold, man. Like I said, I'm gonna probably start trading gold too. Oh, damn, damn. No, I'm kind of shaking in the sun. gonna start trading gold too. I probably, with that new account I just bought, I'll probably start trading gold. I probably might just start trading gold and I might just go back to CL. Why not, man? Okay, I'll look at that later. Let's look at CL. Because I think what CL and gold, they move more at nighttime anyway. All right, so let's look at CL. Damn, dude. Damn, look at that gap down. God damn. Hmm. All right, so that's a gap. All right, so let's look at this. So they took the liquidity right here. Hmm. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Let's see. So this is what I'll do with this one. I mean, it is highly likely that they'll probably, well, they really shouldn't. All right, man. Let me take this into sim. I'm going to take this straight into sim. As if I'm trading for real. Because I'm going to have to get back into the flow of trading CL. All right, so with CL, I just need an 18-point stop. So I think this is golden is, okay. This is what I need right here. Okay, so that's where I'm going to keep my stop at. It's a 27-point stop. And this is how I used to trade CL in the first place. Yeah, I can get this. I can probably get this target hit right here. I can probably get it hit. We'll see though. But dude, that is a nasty gap down. That is a nasty gap down. What the hell happened with Crew last night, man? That is a nasty gap down. Thank you about that. Thanks, Ivan. I'm gonna do that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in this position. And this would be a trade that I would take. Now, I mean, if I really look at this, so if I look at this, if I look at the price action right now, so I mean, they took the liquidity underneath this low over here. So I mean, if my stop gets hit, then it just gets hit because they took the liquidity underneath this low. So it's highly likely that this trade should work. It should work. And I'm targeting this area right here where they might come back in and reject price anyway at 69.32. So yeah, we should see a move up, but I'm pretty sure that there's going to probably be some bears sitting right here at 69. There's going to probably be some bears sitting here. Honestly, if we trade below this low, I mean, I'm wrong. I'm wrong in this if it trades underneath this low. If we see a rejection at the 21. The one thing that I've noticed if one EMA that CL respects 100%, is this 21 EMA. If you're not using the 21 EMA trading CL, you're cheating yourself. She doesn't respect the 9. She barely even trusts. I mean, she barely even responds at VWAP. I'm not saying she don't, but VWAP ain't really an EMA that you should have on CL because she don't respect it for real. She'll trade right through it. Now, she'll trust the 200 EMA, but every instrument does. And it looks like she's bouncing off of VWAP, but she's really bouncing off the 200 EMA. She really don't respect VWAP. I don't know why. She doesn't respect VWAP. She'll trade right through it. But that 21 EMA and that 200 EMA, those are really the two EMAs that you really need on CL. The 50 EMA, I feel like if it trades past the 50, then you're kind of, if you're short and it's trading past the 50, I would flip, especially if price is above the 21 EMA, because you can see that CL loves it. She loves that 21 EMA. She loves this damn thing. You can see that she barely separates off this damn thing. She loves it. Yeah, she loves the 21 EMA. And if they break below the 21 EMA, it's such an easy trade. So if they break below it, it's usually a good sign that the market is trying to reverse if they break below the 21 on CL. This would have been a great risk to reward right here. I mean, that's why I love trading CL back in the day, because the risk to reward with her is just the same thing like ES. You don't have to risk your entire account to make money on CL. You really don't. All you really need is 18 cents of risk, because she barely doesn't trade more than that past the high or a low. Now, I keep 27 just in case you have these times where there's a short squeeze and then she'll dump after the short squeeze. A short squeeze above this high, like right here, would be a good example. So that's 730. She only short squeezed 9 cents, and then you got the dump versus kind of putting your stop like literally above this high. You would have got stopped out just for it to still go in your direction. So I've just come to learn that a 27-point stop, it's a good psychological stop, because if you get hit, you really shouldn't move it. If it goes past 18, you're really wrong. I mean, at 27 cents, you're hoping that it comes back. And if it hits your 27-cent stop, then, I mean, you should be looking for the next trade at this point, because you're wrong. The CL doesn't overshoot levels unless she's going in that direction. And if you don't adhere to that, then you're going to get caught up in her moves. So there's really no point ever blowing your account if you're mainly a CL trader, if you're getting in at support and resistance. I mean, there's really no point. You don't trade the middle with her. You trade the middle, you become liquidity. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, right here would be the middle. You see the people try to long this damn thing in the middle, and they got turned into liquidity instead of coming in at support. Now, this would have been support right here, but obviously it wouldn't have worked in this situation. Obviously, it wouldn't have worked. But if you came back to right here where there was support, I mean, right here, this is a clear head and shoulders pattern right here on CL. It's a clean head and shoulders pattern. And this is where you get in. I mean, you don't have to gamble with CL. You can get in that structure. And right here, you would have got that nice move up. So, I mean, CL it's too easy to trade, honestly, in my opinion. This Gameway says, yeah, I mean, at least you took your profits because CL, she's definitely unforgiving. She don't come back. She's not like the ES or Nasdaq, man. Once she starts going, it just seems like the ES and the Nasdaq only trades that way. But like YM, gold, crude, like once they go, like they're not coming back. They just go. And then they just go to the next level. They do their price action and then they just leave. They just don't come back. And if you don't take your profits, your feelings will get hurt because it's going back to your break even. It's going back to your break even if you don't take it at your profit target and you let it come back all the way up against you. And then if it goes past you and you don't stop out, then we all know what happens after that. So Gameway says that they're doing something wrong in the chat. So what are you doing, Gameway? What you doing? I'm pretty sure you're long. I'm pretty sure. I wouldn't be surprised if you're long, but I think that right now the market is definitely going to try to rebalance. I think we should be short. I think we should be short right now. And I'm definitely short. I'm definitely short. I'm long CL though. But I think you could be right on that one. Like I said, I got my stop underneath this low, but we may see a rejection here at the 21 EMA. If we see price reject up to 21 EMA, then I'm getting stopped out. We need a nice strong green candle above the 21 EMA. And if we see that, then that means that the bulls are on our side on this one. But if they not, if we see a nasty red candle right here, then yeah, we still got some downside on CL. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I think they're gonna want to make an attempt to at least try to fill this gap a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's safe to be short on the NQ right now. Where the hell is my 4-hour chart? Yeah, that's definitely a short on ES. That's definitely short. The bulls are definitely going to have to try to come back and try to bounce it here at this breaker structure at 868. So if the ES is going down, then the Nasdaq has no choice but to go down with her. Because the bulls ain't going to be able to come back, not from this, not after they rejected from this area of resistance. And that's too high. Probably like 85. No, I'm gonna have to probably do this, like something like that. Because it's not supposed to trade above this high. It's not supposed to trade above this high right here. I could have sworn I had a 4-hour chart on this. I sworn I did. Damn. Ah. Huh. So this is what game weight talking about? This is what you're talking about, game weight? Mm. 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 Ah, shit. Man, that's looking. Ah, damn. That's looking super bullish on the. Oh my God, that's looking super bullish on the Nasdaq. On the 4 hour, this looking bullish. Oh man, I might be wrong here. Oh man, I might be wrong. Dude, that's bullish. I can't even squint my eyes and say that that's bearish in any way. You got a new 4 hour candle opening above the highs, and it's oh man, that's bullish. Shit. Mm. Okay, well, like I said, man, if they trade above this high, then we're wrong. But I think I still have faith that this will come down. But that 4 hour is looking hella bullish. That's looking bullish as hell right there. That's looking bullish. Hmm. No, got it. No, see, well, we'll always welcome you back, gain weight. But yeah, damn, that looks bullish. Damn, that looks bullish. Man, that looks super bullish. Oh, that looks bullish. Oh man, that looks bullish. Ah, that looks bullish. And I am keeping that in mind, gain weight. I am keeping that in mind. I think we got a lot of heavy hitters this week, as everybody should know by now. Oh shit, I forgot to not to show you the CFTC data. Forgot to show y'all guys that. All right. So with the CFTC data this week, I mean, it is more bullish than it is bearish, but it's very similar to, where was it? July. So it's looking very similar to July. Where is that? It's looking very similar to July, and we got the same amount. Like, dude, it's almost the same. And we all know what happened that week of August. We had the Nasdaq drop 2,200 points. We already seen some of the bearishness this week. We've already seen it. Does this mean that we're going to get more bearishness? We're going to get more people trying to take profits this week? Does that what this mean? Even though they're still more bullish than bearish? But we saw that July 30th before August 1st after we got that nasty drop. Actually, let me see. I think I got the earnings calendar somewhere. Let me see. All right, man. So this is the earnings for this week. This is the earnings for this week. I mean, we got AMD and Alphabet Snap on Tuesday. I need to actually I'm gonna look at these real quick. We're probably gonna trade some earning options if we can get it in a good position. So let's actually do that before we end the stream. Let's actually look at that. Let's look to see what these let's look at that real quick. AMD. Let's see what AMD is looking like. Huh. All right, so this is AMD. That's AMD. So AMD is definitely on its way down. I would actually buy 120 puts on AMD. I'll see how much they cost tomorrow. I'll see how much they cost tomorrow, but I'm gonna probably buy some 120 puts on AMD. Hmm. We'll see what happens because that's definitely you got a double top head and shoulders pattern right here. You got them knocking it down. There's really no support in this area. Your next level of support would be in this range right here between 125, 120 ish. It would be in this range. Hmm. So I would have more information. I'll probably wait to see what happens on Tuesday. Probably wait and see what happens on Tuesday. We also got Snap. Snap should be cheap. Let's see. So with Snap, hmm, if price gets back down here to $9, if price comes back here to $9, I'll buy it. I'll probably have to set an alert for this. If I see Snap come back down here to $9, I'm buying it. That shit took a bunch. That shit took all fucking like. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until Snap comes back to $9 to buy, and I'll probably buy it for earnings as well. So Snap, Alphabet, Chipotle, Reddit. We got Meta, Microsoft, and Coinbase. So let's look at Coinbase. I had to play with Coinbase. I didn't trust in it, and I closed the position because they just kept grinding down, grinding down, grinding down, grinding down. So I was like, man, whatever. I'll just close it. Just for that damn thing to not only work, but super work. That position super worked. And it was a nice call. Or yeah, it was a nice, I had a calls in it as it was going down. And I bought the calls pretty cheap. And I closed it out at for a small loss way back when I was trading options, and kind of pissed me off because that shit just jumped up. And I wish I kind of understood how the market worked at that time, because I would have made a lot of money in that move. But I got scared and sold out of the position. I should have just took it. It's like you let your losers run, and then you close out the winning trades. I don't know why that's so good at doing that. So if Coinbase were to, and this was when Coinbase was at $40. So this was back all the way in 2022, I think. I think this was probably it. Yeah, right here. Yep. This is it right here. Because I bought it when it was going down to 40, and because it kept dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. And then at 40, I was like, yeah, I'm about to buy this shit. And then it kept dropping, dropping, dropping. I think what it got down to what, 30, 40 or whatever. And then as soon as I closed it, and I was like, okay, I protected my capital, blah, blah, blah. And that shit, I mean, that shot up. I was so pissed. Like, I was like, dude, I bought it down at 40 and it jumped all the way to 75 like the next day. I was pissed. Pissed. I was like, dude, that's a $30 freaking move that I could have caught. Yeah, I was pissed, man. I was pissed that damn day, man. Obviously, it traumatized me because I still remember that shit like it was yesterday. I'm almost reliving that moment. I still even have my fib levels from back to 2022 still on this chart. But Coinbase is definitely it's gonna probably retest this level here around like 190. But I mean, I wouldn't buy this in the middle. I would kind of buy this. I would buy this if price got down to like 120, 115-ish. I would buy Coinbase. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. I forgot to say that. This is not financial advice, obviously. But I think I'm a watch out for a good entry, a buy entry down here. So we'll see what happens. Coinbase. I was actually looking to short Meta. Meta looks like it's about to dump. Yeah, Meta looks like it's about to dump. I might actually just buy puts on Meta, man. I might actually buy puts on Meta tomorrow. Because this shit looks like it's about to freaking dump. Is that all-time highs? Is it at all-time highs right now? Am I tripping? Yeah, it's at all-time highs. Well, anyway, I don't see nothing to the left. So I think Meta's at all-time highs. But it's looking like, I mean, you got all the EMAs right here about to hug each other. It's looking like price was able to break it, and it's looking like the EMAs are flattening out. And you got the 200 EMA all the way down here at 487. Yeah, I think it's gonna probably dump. But if it dumps, I am willing to buy back into it if it comes back down here to like 440, 430ish. I'm willing to buy in this area for a move back up because I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of buyers sitting down here waiting to buy the retest of this area of the zone. Because not only does it has a gap right here, it has a gap, it still has a gap up, and it has a gap down or gap up, gap down. Damn, Facebook has a lot of gaps, yo. What the hell? Yeah, Facebook has a lot of gaps. You got one gap here, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's got 5 gaps from what I can see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna see how much puts cost tomorrow with Meta. If they're cheap, if I can get them for like $20, $30, I'll buy it. But I'm pretty sure they're not gonna be that cheap. I'm pretty sure. But that definitely looks like it's gonna short. Mm. All right, Derek, have a good night. Yeah, Daniel, we do have a Discord. We just don't really do anything with it. I mean, for right now, I just use the Discord to so when my trading partner comes on, when we do our streams, you can hear the conversation and we use Discord to talk. That's what we got our Discord for, but we don't use it. We don't really post anything else in it. Really. I mean, you could join if you want. It's not a big deal. Hey, what's up, Jay Stores? And yeah, honestly, I forgot that Halloween is literally almost 3 days away, man. Halloween is just around the corner. About 4 days, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 to 4 days. Nah, I just let my daughter and her mom go out there and enjoy time with their friends. I'm not with none of that crap, man. Okay. All right, that's looking bearish. But gain weight, man. Yeah, we all know that you're a perm bull, but the market definitely has to come down. But I mean, like I said, kind of like what we talked about before. When you look at the higher time frames, I get why you're so bullish. I mean, I get it. When you look at the higher time frame, it's like, how can you not be bullish? But I mean, we literally have 9 days until the election. 9 days. I do expect for this market to have a big correction. I'm actually looking forward to that big correction on, because I mean, if we look at the Nasdaq, we look at it on the higher time frame, the time frame that gain weight likes to look at. This is bullish. I mean, this is bullish. This is bullish. The way this is obviously the market is is obviously only going up. And I can understand why game weight is always saying that, yeah, the market is going up, especially if you have an account where you can swing and you have the patience to wait for the market to come and touch 21,200 and retest this high, because obviously that's what the market is trying to do. It's obvious. I mean, you got price bouncing off of the 21 EMA. You got price holding at the 50. And then we had this big, massive gap up at the open today. So, I mean, it's obvious the bulls are still in this market. And so obviously the market is bullish. So it's not like we think that you're wrong, gain weight. It's just that we are smaller time frame traders and we have to pick up the intraday moves. We're not as blessed as you. But that's definitely bullish. If I was in my swing account, I wouldn't be looking for shorts. That's for damn sure. I would be in this long. But if we begin to drill down into the smaller time frames, obviously, it's going to tell you a different story. I mean, I think the 4 hour. Yeah, I think a move all the way down to like 40. So where am I trying to, like, where am I targeting? Because I'm just targeting that breaker structure. I'm really trying to get out a majority of my position down here before prices really gets into this area, because I think eventually the market wants to fill this gap. But I think that we might get a retest of 405, because I was actually looking for 405 on Friday, but obviously we didn't get that. And this is where we got that breaker structure to the upside. So this is where I think the market really wants to go sometime this week. And once we get price to move into this area, I will definitely look to be a buyer somewhere in this area. Definitely look to be a buyer, because I do believe that they're going to try to protect this super range at around 380 to 360. They're definitely going to want to protect that range, because anything underneath this range, we're going down. So I think that we saw that pump to rebalance this area right here, because it just went straight up and we're already seeing the resistance into this area. So I think that we probably will see a bounce tomorrow around 530-ish, 520-ish, fill this gap. Yeah, like 520, and then the gap will be completely filled at 480. So yeah, somewhere in this area, we could see price come down here tomorrow or Tuesday. Who knows? I think with everybody wanting to short the Nasdaq tomorrow, I think we might get some craziness and it might pump up some more, and then we'll probably get the drop on Tuesday. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with the price action overnight. We'll see. I think we got one more thing with earnings. I'm gonna look at Uber as well. I'm gonna look and see what they do with Uber, because if I can get a good entry to Uber, if the setup is there, I'll take it. I know Apple ain't gonna really have nothing, but Amazon. Let me see what Intel, because I know a lot of people are trading Intel for whatever reason. Mm, okay. So Intel has definitely made strong lows. Being a bull on Intel is actually pretty decent. Uh, we might see a bounce around. I mean, we might see a bounce on Intel, but Intel is not a moving stock. It don't really move like that. So I really wouldn't count on it. Like Uber. Hmm. I wouldn't mind being a buy. Well, hmm. We'll see. We'll see what the Bulls do around 75. Around 75, I'll look to be a buyer around 75. I want to see what they do here. And I'll buy some calls. I'll buy like what 79, 80 calls, possibly 81, 82. We'll see. We'll see how much they cost with Uber. We'll see how much Uber costs. And Amazon will probably be the last one we look at, and then Amazon. Hmm. 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 Okay, so I don't know where that line tool is. I understand why this is so complicated for. Okay. Okay. All right. So I want to see what happens when Amazon gets to like 176, 175. I'm going to buy the retest of this breaker structure to the upside, and I'll probably target 200. I'll probably target 200 on Amazon, especially now they got earnings. So that's definitely where I'm gonna target. Nah, gain weight. Nah, I can't let you get away with that. I can't let you get away with that. I've been saying that shit for the longest. I've been saying that shit for the longest. If Harris win, this market is definitely rallying. I've been saying that for the longest. Honestly, if Trump wins, I think that we'll initially get a dump though, and nobody is not basing their thesis on no damn election. I base all my thesis on price action on smaller time frames, like every intraday trader, every other intraday trader. No, I believe I said there's going to definitely be a lot of volatility though. If I didn't say that, that's exactly what I meant. There'll be a lot of volatility up into the elections. And then we got non-farm payrolls. So we got all the heavy hitters for peak week this week. And not only do we got all the heavy hitters for peak week, we got non-farm payroll on Friday. And then right after we get non-farm payroll on Friday, on Tuesday, we have the elections. It's going to be volatile. It's definitely going to be volatile. So But all right, everybody, that's it for me. That's it. Or let me for those that just joined, just show the CFTC data again. Like I said, the institutions are 51% long and they're 48% short. We saw that same information on July, the last week of July, and we saw that August 1st, we had that nasty drop on August 1st, and that lasted for at least 4 or 5 days. We can actually look at that on the chart. You can look at that on the chart because that should happen in July, August 1st. Yeah, so this is what happened August 1st. This is the week where we got the data for July 30th. We saw this big massive pump. And then on August 1st, we saw this big nasty drop and it continued all the way until August 5th. So we could be seeing the same exact thing. It's honestly, if you ask me, this is the same thing that freaking happened on freaking Friday. We had a big pump. We had a drop. The only thing that we're not seeing is that pump, that gap up that we got today. That's the only thing we're not seeing. But everything else lines the hell up. We got that big pump on Friday, but then they kind of did it all in one day though. And like I said, that's the same exact thing that we're getting that week before that drop. So we just have to be on our toes this week. We got to understand that there's going to be a lot of volatility. And we have to respect our stops and adhere to risk management, or we're just going to blow our accounts. I mean, that's this. If Wednesday and Friday hasn't shown us anything, is that if you fuck up, you fuck around, you'll find out. So let's try not to find out this week as we go into a week of pure volatility. So with that said, we'll come back in tomorrow and we'll make some money. That said, peace out.